why do we think that live streaming as it is took off specifically when gaming became a part of it? What was it about gaming that made live streaming consumption and production as well, because a lot more people got involved when it became focused on gaming? What is it about that medium that really made it take off?
That's a great question. Because I watch people like you on Twitch and Mixer, and I can't believe people watch this. Not because I don't see the utility in it, and I'm a gamer, so like it's not like I don't get it, but then it sort of hit me one day, and I was like, people actually play these games, and they want to learn actually how to play them better. And then there's people like you who make this experience much more enjoyable. So people don't really hang out the same way that I did when I was a kid. And we had Atari, so it wasn't very interactive. The interactive was getting my grandma to buy me one when she won bingo. She would buy games. So I would go, Grandma. And so when you think about the community that's around video games, in particular specific games, people want to interact with other people, and that's what it is, and that's why I see it as the new social media, because really Facebook and Instagram started out with that concept, and it's moved into a sell as much crap as possible business, and people just want a community, and that's what I think these games are building, and why people are watching them, and why they're engaging and buying things, is because it's something that we can relate to. We all play the game, and there are personalities they can relate to.
Yeah, I'll add to that. For Team Liquid, we've got about 85 streamers who are streaming pretty much every month, and that's a mix of pro players. We've got about 70 to 73 pro players who actually compete in one of the 16 games that Team Liquid competes in. We've got some former players who are now retired and still have a fan base and a following. And so building off that point, I do think the level of competition in these games and the level of skill that's required to really be good for even the amateur, maybe the middle of the pyramid player who aspires to one day, compete with the best. I think gaming is also something that's very accessible for this audience. These are the games that they play, whether it's League of Legends or Overwatch or whatever it may be. You can watch your favorite pros, see what they do, and jump right into the game and try to emulate them, which is something you can't really do on ESPN when you watch LeBron do a 360 windmill dunk. It's not very accessible to the vast majority of people out there.
On NBA 2K.
That's right, on NBA 2K, that's true. So,
just to be clear, I am not a professional player, and often live stream myself being very bad at video games. People enjoy that too because they like watching you suffer. It's fun.
It's true. It's not just the competition. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can add to that, not to get out of order, but I think there's an interesting congruence in thought process between a player and a viewer. It kind of reminds me of when I was a kid growing up. My little brother used to always watch me play games, and there was a way we bonded. There was some way we were just drift compatible while playing those games. And I think that's what we're seeing a lot with Twitch streaming and just streaming in general, is there's a connection between the player and the person watching, and it goes beyond just the game. And after a while, you'll see these Twitch streamers, they're like building communities because they've formed that connection, they've put in the time.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. The community piece was critical to the scale, but it was also the ability to make money. So you had, I would argue that machinima was really the beginning, the genesis of gaming itself broadly. And look, across machinima, those individual creators were making money and a lot out of it. And that's really extended beyond machinima to individuals have the ability to do that. And I again, YouTube is the largest online video site in the world, and because of that, I think you have people making money in their basement in Brazil, right? Yeah. All over the world. And that was the beginning.
It's a little, I mean, there's a lot of people who stream who don't make any money, and they're streaming. So when you say making money, it is a very few people who have the type of audience. But one of the things I did notice when I watched people like Ninja is their ability to build that community while they're playing. I mean, he says hi to everybody who comes on and goodbye, and he knows people. And I think what Malik was saying is so true. I love basketball, but and I play with my kid. I can't do most of the things I watch, at all. Making a basket, I'm pretty happy. And when you're gaming and you're playing with the pro, I mean, the pro could be in your game that you're actually playing. In a way, it's just like thrilling. And I think that's how these players, the smart players, have built these great communities of people who are really engaged and they're friends, basically.
Right. It's an uncanny level of accessibility that you really don't get anywhere else.
Yeah, and the next level really is lifestyle, hip hop, that coming into game. Well, that's already happening with certain teams, right? And it's playing an important role. I mean, you mentioned Marshmallow. I mean, that's just the beginning. And that's a really interesting opportunity, I think, for in the gaming space.
Drake
and
streaming with Ninja, I think,
that
still
was really
broke
the
records.
first, mainstream.
That was,
Yeah.
And that's a big part of it too. So that's a big part of it too in my mind, is like when you have NBA players playing basketball with regular people on the video game, you're bringing in what Sharon was talking about, the Today Show versus this niche together. And that's why I think streaming is taking off now, because everybody's pretty much a gamer. And so you've got all these popular culture people playing with gamers, playing with regular people, and we can all play together. And boy, it's powerful.